really going to trip me up. I'm not.
No. Listen.
I'm not a staunch Christian. Oh my God.
Listen to me. Listen, Islam is not a trick.
Yeah.
There is no tricking.
I don't think it's a
Yeah.
I see why you believe in
My
it.
point is, let's say you cannot be more royal than the queen. They say here, there's English saying here. So
But explain to him how Christianity is wrong and convert her to the correct
please,
belief.
this is wrong way to this wrong approach, my brother. Let me tell you something. We are not converting people to Islam. We are reminding people what is Islam is about, and if the people choose to revert to Islam, because the default for you that you are born as Muslim, as submitter to God, and I will tell you now. These things will make, if it makes sense to you, you will accept Islam. If it didn't make sense to you, then let me know, all right?
Yeah.
Simple. Suppose, let's zoom out, and what's your name?
Maria.
Maria. And Maria was born in the jungles of the savannah, somewhere, yeah?
Yeah.
And then she doesn't know, she never heard about Jesus, she never heard about Muhammad, she never heard about anything, any of the Bible, nothing. Never heard about any of these things. But you, Maria, has some, for example, some rationality, thinking about her, the cause of her existence, what she's doing here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, when you are here on this earth, or in that area, in the jungle, whatever, you never heard about anything, you never read the Bible, you are wondering what I'm doing here, how I came into existence. You will come to conclusion that there is a creator of this universe, correct? Correct? Thank you, Jazakallah. Thank you. Yeah? You will come to conclusion that there is a creator of this universe, because it didn't came from nothing. There must be something behind our creation, correct?
Well, I mean, that could, yeah, there's different ways you could call that, though.
Yeah, something that created this universe. Either we came from nothing, which is totally not rational thing, or the universe created us, which is again not rational thing. But you will come to conclusion that there is a creator of this universe, he created all of us, correct? Correct?
I mean,
Rational thinking.
Don't know. Like I kind of like the Big Bang theory explanation.
Okay, the Big Bang theory doesn't say we came from nothing. Big Bang theory, there is something.
You still believe in that?
No, I don't believe in Big Bang or whatever. But I'm saying even the people who says the Big Bang, it doesn't mean there is no creator.
Yeah.
It means there is something that unstarted.
Yeah.
So this thing that started it, would you call it the unmoved mover, the thing, the power that moved everything, and no one moved it or moved this higher power, let's say, or higher being. Yeah. So Maria will think, will believe.
The thing is, it could be a higher being, but could also not be a higher being. It could be something we can't explain.
1 second, we'll come to this conclusion. Now we'll see. Now we'll put it into test, and then if we agree, then we'll move on. So you agree at this point that if you ever heard about any religion, you will believe there is a creator of this universe, and this creator, we don't know what's this creator, but we believe there is something that created this universe. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. This creator has to have three main characteristics. Three main ones, according to our rationality. And now we'll do. So this universe is so great, correct? So this creator has to be very powerful. Correct?
Okay, I don't know. It's not that straightforward.
No. Think about it.
Yeah.
To create a building like these buildings, you need to have power to create it. Correct?
Yeah.
What about all this universe? You don't.
Be a powerful event. Or
powerful being created this universe.
But I think you're not really explaining why it's a being.
No, we'll come to the point now. We'll say why it's a being.
But you're already saying being, so it's kind of.
Let's say
there's all your assumptions.
Higher power. Let's say higher power.
Okay.
You agree?
Yeah.
Higher power. This higher power has so powerful to create things.
Yeah.
All right? As well, this higher power, it should have knowledge to do things. Correct?
Yeah.
For example, if you wanted to make socks, you need to have knowledge of making socks. If you want to make jacket, you need to have knowledge of making jacket. How about us as sophisticated human beings and all of these things? You should have knowledge to create these things. That's why we name it as being. So should have knowledge. Something with knowledge has the knowledge to create things.
I don't know. Knowledge is a quite human trait. That is.
No. It's not. No, it's not. To create something, you should have knowledge of doing it. Listen, to make this cup, can someone do it without knowledge of making cups?
Would you say moon has knowledge?
No.
But it controls the tide.
No, it doesn't control. It doesn't control. No, it doesn't control. It's there. Its appearance has influence, but not control, because it doesn't have the consciousness to decide what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't control.
Yeah.
It has influence. The same as. So that's the second thing. The third thing, which is the last thing, it should have independent will. When I'm saying independent will, it has to have a will, because if it has knowledge, it should have will to do things and what not to do things. Do you understand? So
I understand your belief. I'm not sure I'm subscribing.
No, you don't need to be subscribing to something.
Well,
What I'm saying to you,
it's already defining it as a being, and there's a lot of specific human traits like knowledge and power.
that, by the way,
And
knowledge. This is not a human being. Some animals, they have knowledge to do certain things.
Yeah. Well,
So
it's
they're
still
not necessarily.
animals.
Yeah, the point is, knowledge is not something which is a human being thing. Computer has knowledge to do certain things. Again, it's not living thing, so it's not about being living. So the point is, the knowledge is not only something that only human being possessed. The knowledge is something. It is something that people, or for example, we identify it, the capacity or the ability to decide to do things, based on the knowledge that they have, or this thing have, or this person have. So that's what I'm talking about.
The same way you could say has knowledge.
Yeah, okay. Again, DNA doesn't decide to do things. The DNA doesn't have this consciousness to decide to do things. But when we are, as
It
us,
does determine a lot of things, but the same way you're saying decide, you could use the verb determine.
okay, again, determine can influence, but not decide.
But how do you know it's been decided, not just determined by a specific event?
Okay, that's my point. My point is, going back to the point, this universe if it has a beginning, since it has a beginning, there must be something that created it. As simple as that. This something that created this, it should have these three main characteristics: to have power to create things, and to have knowledge to create things, and it should have independent will, meaning no one is telling this higher being or higher power to do things and what to do, what not to do things. That has an independent will, independent from any influence. You understand? If it's dependent, then in that case we'll say there is another one more dependence. So we go to the dependency theory, which is not the case.
My friend needs to go to the toilet, I think.
You could go and come back.
But that makes, I see your point, the three things. I will think about it.
But the point is, does Jesus tick these boxes?
I don't.
She doesn't. That's why Islam is number one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So Jesus is not powerful to create things. Jesus is not as well knowledgeable to create things, and as well Jesus doesn't have an independent will.
Jesus is very clever because he came up with a
Not he came up. He was sent by God. We believe.
Institution that millions subscribe.
We believe that he was sent by God. He was sent by God and created by God, and he came to convey the message of God to the people, like other prophets and messengers of God. As simple as that.
Knowledgeable man.
Thank you so much. Anyway, look after yourself. I wish you read the Quran. I ask Allah Azza wa Jal that, those people, they read more about the Quran, they study more about the Quran, and that is what Islam is about. Islam is about knowledge and understanding about the purpose of our existence, that we are created to worship Allah Azza wa Jal and to follow the guidance of the Prophet and Messenger of God. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.